Okay, so in this video I'm going to talk about precision and accuracy and to give you an idea of what the difference is, because this is something that a lot of people get confused about and they mix up the two, whether the precision of a number versus the accuracy of a number. So I'm going to help you guys understand the difference and have something in your mind to think about. Okay, so think about this line. Let's say we're going to measure this line. Okay, and so if I measured this line using, let's say, a ruler, okay, and I just took my ruler here and I put my ruler here, measure it up, put the thing here, and I do that, and then I measure my ruler here and I put it there. I'm going to say that's about 2 feet, right? So I could say that that's 2 feet, okay, using a rough ruler or a tape measure. Well, not even a tape measure, but a rough ruler, okay? So a ruler, so I'm going to say, okay, 2 feet. Okay? Now, but let's say if I use something that's more accurate, let's say I use a tape measure, right? And so, and using a tape measure, I get 1.9 feet, right? So let's, I measure with the tape measure, I measure out to 1/10 of a foot, right? Now let's say I use another device that is a little bit more accurate. Let's say I have a tape measure that now has let's say 1/16 of an inch, right? 1/16. So let's say I measure out, and let's see now I measure out, and it's 1.914 feet. Okay. And let's say I use a laser measure, and let's say I get the laser measure and it's 1.9132101 feet. Okay. So what my point is as I'm measuring this line with instruments that are able to measure out to more and more decimal places, the measurement is becoming more precise. Okay, that's precision. Precision is basically, hey, how many decimal places or how many significant digits can I have in my answer? Okay, so the precision of a measurement number is indicated by the place value of its rightmost significant digit. Okay, so the precision is based on how many decimal places you can measure out to, okay, and that is only limited by the instrumentation you're using, the instrument, right? So whether I'm using a ruler or whether I'm using a micrometer, right? So the difference in precision is going to be big. So that's what precision is how many decimal places am I going out in my measurement? Okay? Now, compare that to accuracy. Accuracy is quite simply the difference, or excuse me, let me rephrase it. The accuracy is how close my measurement is actually to the real value. Okay, let me say that again. The accuracy of a measurement is how close my measurement actually is to the real value. Okay, that's accuracy. So so there's a difference. So see, that's the difference, right? What if I'm using my laser, right? But my laser is not calibrated correctly. And let's say my laser is off by 1/2 foot. That means no matter how precise my measurement is, I am off by 1/2 foot. Which means my measurement is precise, but it's not accurate. Okay? So another thing to think about, when you step on a scale, right? Let's say a digital scale. So the digital scale may be accurate out to 1/100th of a pound, right? You step on the scale, the digital scale comes up, and it says you weigh 191.32 pounds. Now, that's how precise, right? It's precise to the nearest hundredth of a pound, let's say. That's the precision. But let's say one of your kids was messing around with the dial and let's say put some books on there or some food and they were measuring something, or maybe they took their guinea pig and they were trying to weigh their guinea pig and they pushed the tare button, which is what it takes a scale, right? And you put something on there. Let's say you want to measure a liquid and you put a bowl on there that you're going to pour the liquid into, but you don't want to measure. You want to subtract off the weight of the bowl, right, or the weight of the beaker. Well, what you do is you put the bowl on there and you push tare, and it'll zero out the weight. It'll zero out the scale again, and then that way, when you pour in the liquid, it's only measuring the weight of the liquid. So let's say your daughter was putting her guinea pigs on there, right? And playing around the scale and push tare, and now when she takes the guinea pigs off, the scale's actually reading negative, right? Well, now when I get on the scale, guess what? My scale is no longer going to be accurate, even though it's going to measure out my weight to the nearest hundredth of a pound. It's going to be off by whatever the weight of the guinea pigs were, okay? So that's the difference between being accurate and precise. Have a great day.